Hey, shout out to everybody, man. You are tuned in to Atlanta radio station. It is 420, so I hope everybody enjoying their 420. But besides the 420 day of getting high and edibles and blowing it down with the wax, all the good weed, the edibles and all of that, we really have an actual major decision that's about to come down regarding the George Floyd situation. We watched, George Floyd, how he was handled by the police, and we're just waiting for the actual verdict. They said it will be announcing the verdict within the next 15, 20 minutes. And I really was just trying to get some dialogue from the people on how you guys think that the verdict will end. Normally, when the jury, when they come back that fast, like they went to the jury for 10 and a half hours, not even a whole work day. So it appears as if he's going to be found guilty. But, they always come up with some bullshit. They're saying now that Maxine Waters made a statement saying that if we don't get justice, that we need to fight in the streets, fight meaning protest, meaning march. That's what I would imagine that she was saying. But because her words have so much power and because she's in a political realm, if anybody like myself or maybe just the average person would have said it, it wouldn't have had that type of weight. But they're already saying if he is found guilty, then they may be able to, because they was trying to get a mistrial based upon Maxine Waters' alleged statements. So what the judge said was, if they do find him guilty, then they can appeal the decision based upon Maxine Waters' alleged statements. Like I said, normally when a jury comes back that fast with the verdict, it's really guilty. You know what I mean? Normally, when you have a jury trial, you may have one or two people who may not see it the way that everybody else sees it. So, it takes a lot longer to convince everybody that this individual needs to be found guilty. But the verdict went by pretty fast, 10 and a half hours. So hopefully we'll get the verdict that we're looking for. When the prosecution, when they charge you with murder, a lot of times the prosecutor will overcharge you. And the reason why they overcharge you is because it's hard to find you guilty of something when you're overcharged. In the case of murder, even though we can probably see it with our own eyes, and we get emotional about what we see, it's hard to prove the intent to murder someone. Now, he may have did excessive force. It may have been immoral. It may have been unprofessional. But to prove that his intent was to murder George Floyd, that's going to be kind of hard to prove. But I feel like that's why the prosecution overcharged him so that he could be found not guilty. People of color, when we watched that video and the man kept saying that he couldn't breathe, to me, that's enough to convict him of murder. But as a police officer, he can always say, people say they can't breathe. They say the cuffs are too tight. So I'm just really waiting to see how the verdict ends. And it's quite ironic that they had the verdict come back on 420. You know why? Us are celebrating 420. We got the backwoods, the Swissers, we got the hookahs, we got the edibles. A lot of times when you smoke marijuana, it relaxes you. It relaxes you physically and it relaxes you mentally. So I'm just hoping that it's not a situation where he's found not guilty. And because we are enjoying the 420 day, that we don't get out and do whatever we feel like we need to do. However you feel, do what you feel, because it's apparent that the police officers do what they feel. Um, we definitely want to send our condolences to the George Floyd family. His daughter has passed away since then. Um, they did pay off a lot of money. I want to say, I think they did pay money to the family. I think they paid money to the family, but money can't bring back a life. And we're steady seeing it. We're steady seeing, black men, black women getting killed by the hands of law enforcement. Um, so I'm kind of waiting to see the actual verdict and just see how it all plays out. So y'all leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think before the verdict comes in. But I was just tuning in, tapping in, because this is another historical moment that we are witnessing right before our eyes on if Black Lives Matter. You know what I mean? So once again, it's your boy P Weezy, man. Y'all make sure to tune in to Atlanta radio station right now. The website is being worked on as we speak. But yeah, man, y'all make sure, to voice y'all opinion, however you guys feel about the verdict. Never be afraid to stand for something, because if you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. Once again, this is your boy P Weezy, man. That's 2 E's, 1 Z. Don't ever ask me why. You can follow me on IG at the #1 P Weezy, and you can also follow Atlanta radio station on IG. Once again, just giving y'all some news that you can use. The verdict will be in less than probably 20 minutes of the George Floyd situation. Hopefully, we get some justice, because if you look around in the prison systems, it's just us. So we rarely get the justice that we deserve. But when you look at the population of Black people that are in prison, it's just us. So worst case scenario, give us some justice for this situation, because when you look at the prison systems, it's just us. So give us some justice. Once again, man, I appreciate everybody. Please leave me a comment. Let me know your thoughts, and maybe even give us a solution on how we can move forward with police brutality, police killings, social injustice, social unrest. Yeah, just let me know what you guys think. Once again, this is your boy P Weezy. I appreciate y'all, and I am gone.